I know what you're thinking. This is a fighting game channel. What's Tigress doing reviewing an adventure game? Fighting games are always going to be part of my DNA. They're my bread and butter, but I don't always play them. That, and I'm actually obligated to give this game a review. So hear me out, would you? Give the video a shot. I'm trying out new and different things, and different can be good too, you know? Now, because I don't know how to segue this, we're just gonna go to my spoiler-free review of Sherlock Holmes: The Awakened is a remake of a game of the same name back in 2007. It's an adventure game in the same vein of point-and-click adventure games like Monkey Island and Grim Fandango, and stars the eponymous Sherlock Holmes and his partner Dr. John Watson as they travel the globe to solve a mystery that veers into the depths of insanity. First off, let's talk story and gameplay. Sherlock Holmes meets Cthulhu is a combination of things I didn't know I wanted. The eldritch horrors of Lovecraft's mythos make for a great foil against Sherlock's facts and logic approach to things. As he comes to grips into understanding things the human psyche simply cannot understand, everything unravels, his sanity slips, and he spirals into madness, all while trying his best to find out the truth behind a string of kidnappings. Being an adventure game, the main gameplay loop is typically going from place to place, investigating clues, gathering information, asking people, and eventually adding all you've found into Sherlock's mind palace, where you piece together all the clues to form a conclusion. Then, eventually, going to the next area after figuring out where to go. Sometimes you have to pin a clue from your casebook to focus on that particular clue, and allow you to see something that you probably didn't notice, or ask someone the appropriate questions concerning that clue. Sometimes you have to do some pixel hunting to find the clues you're looking for, an unfortunate staple of the genre. These systems are a little obtuse, though once you get the handle on how they work, the little eureka moments you get from solving a problem are very satisfying. Graphics are up next. You'll visit multiple locales starring in rainy London, then to an asylum in Switzerland, to the dangerous bayous of Louisiana, and more. Occasionally, there is extremely violent texture popping as the game does its best to load in new areas, but once you've started up properly, it's not as noticeable. The developers opted for a more stylized look rather than photorealistic models, which is a boon to the overall aesthetic of the game considering the eldritch subject matter. What's not worthy of praise, however, are the facial animations and lip syncing, even the walking animations. There's no mistaking it, this is a Eurojank game, with all the bad and good that entails. I say good because there's some charm to how the game animates. It brings me back to an earlier time when I first played The Witcher, the PC exclusive RPG that was Eurojank as all heck, but was enchanting, at least at the time. The game does the graphical heavy lifting elsewhere, however, as textures are highly detailed and the game's effects are top-notch. Whether it's puddles on a rainy London street, sweat dripping down Watson's brow from the muggy New Orleans heat, or the moisture permeating through a mossy, damp, and ancient cavern, the game definitely does its best to make the setting palpable, adding a layer of believability to it all. Now let's talk sound, music, and voice acting.
Dr. Watson, would you kindly close the door behind you so that we can limit the price of your carelessness to merely hours of work rather than days?
My apologies, Mr. Holmes. I found myself rather taken aback. I saw tidier houses in war-torn Afghanistan.
Mr. Barnes, a word. Oh, for goodness sake.
The sound design in this game is great. Cobblestone streets and shingled roofs pelted by unending rain make the background during your London investigation more tangible. Eerie whispers permeate the air as you walk through an asylum's corridors. It's details like this that bring a sense of dread wherever you go, and that even if you're situated in a normal everyday location, it still feels like something's amiss. The music, however, leaves a bit to be desired. While it does the job, it's mostly relegated to the background, and none of it's memorable. I'm honestly not a fan of making music that's just there to pad out the auditory experience, but that's what we have. Like I said though, it does the job. The voice acting, though, is definitely the highlight of the audio landscape. Every character, and I mean every character in this game, from the random kid in the street selling the daily newspaper to deranged mental patients, is well voiced and well performed. You just can't help but get immersed by the scenes. Well, maybe except for one character. It's less the character's delivery and more how out of place the actor's accent and voice were for the setting and character. If you know, you know. They do redeem themselves with some amazing character moments, but we'll save that for when you actually play the game. Overall, though, I have to say, the game isn't for everybody. If you're not a fan of old school adventure games, you best stay clear out of this one. The gameplay pretty much boils down to go to area, get clues, ask questions, get enough clues to go to the next area. If that isn't engaging for you, all that's left is the story, setting, and themes. Which brings me to my next conclusion. If you're a fan of Sherlock Holmes, Lovecraft, or both, maybe give the game a shot. The gameplay plays second fiddle to the harrowing tale it's trying to tell. And what a tale it is. It's looking for logic where no logic exists, trying to comprehend insanity as a man of reason, and getting to grips with the fact that we are oh so insignificant in the vast universe that dwarfs our existence. Fung Lui Maglone Fa Cthulhu, Rulie Waganagal Fatagan. If you made it all the way to the end, I honestly can't thank you enough. YouTube's still kicking my ass, so learning that you've watched the whole thing warms my heart. If you want to support me, leaving a like or a comment would be much appreciated. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to the channel. And if you subscribe to my Patreon, you'll get the pleasure of seeing previews of what I'm working on before I publish them, and adding your name to the credits of each big video I make. I've pretty much gone full time with this YouTube thing, so doing all these would be a big help to me making future videos and staying afloat. Thanks for watching. Y'all have a good one.